I made a few videos a while back just thinking about whether there are any analogies to be had in the way that vegetarianism is argued and the way that atheism is argued. And I think there are some analogies to be drawn there. It's limited, but I think they're valid. But one thing I didn't mention there was to do with accusations of stridency. This is something that Richard Dawkins talks about a lot in relation to atheism, is that he's often accused of being strident, even though he would say, and I think most of his supporters would say, that actually he doesn't present himself in a way that's strident at all. He presents himself in a way that's very measured. He's very civil to the opposition, doesn't tend to use hyperbolic language, never shouts, you know, those kind of things. But nevertheless, for whatever reason, people who are theists seem to hear him being strident. And the idea there is that, you know, any claim that's or any argument against religious belief is experienced as an assault, presumably because those beliefs are deeply held and felt and embodied and all those kind of things. So any counterclaim is experienced as an assault, and so you attribute stridency to the person who's making those criticisms. So as I say, Dawkins, even though he's a perfectly mild-mannered gentleman when he speaks, because he's making claims which people find offensive and assaulting, that's projected onto himself. Go on, Phoebe. Hi there. And I think the same is true for the arguments about vegetarianism. I mean, certainly from my personal experience, I don't think I shout when I make these videos, and I don't think I make too many insulting remarks. Maybe I do, but I don't feel as if I'm doing that, certainly. But almost invariably, somewhere in the comments, someone will talk to me about, will say that I'm being strident, or that I'm trying to push ideas down someone's throat. You know, and often these claims that I'm being strident are made in comment sections in capital letters. Stop being strident. It's very odd, that. Very odd indeed, that. Because of course, well, certainly in terms of pushing something down someone's throat. Actually, Onision gets called this a lot. I mean, I don't watch Onision's videos, I've watched one or two of them. And the comment section and there, and whenever he's referred to, he's always referred to as being strident and as pushing his ideas down people's throats, as if there isn't, as if people have no choice as to watch these videos or not. It's very strange. But yeah, I think there's an analogy there. If I'm coming across as strident, I'd like to know exactly what that means. And as dictatorial as well. That's the other kind of related claim that I guess in the theist-atheist kind of debates, many atheists many theists seem to hear atheists as saying religion should be banned, or religion, you know, whatever it should be, and you know, quite dictatorial positions being adopted, which, apart from some isolated cases, most atheists aren't saying. Most atheists argue for secular government, separation of church and state, all those kind of things. But very few people I know would want religion actually banned. And the same thing applies to vegetarianism. It seems like if you make any kind of critique or you present any kind of argument, you're immediately branded with the, you know, the mark of a person who would want to, you know, send all meat eaters to a camp or something like that. You know, and the comments that I've received recently have that kind of flavour to them. It's very interesting. You know, something's going on there in the way that people hear these kind of comments and these arguments, no matter how level the tone they're presented in.